To present the next award, please welcome Raymond Smith, class of 2003, and member of the Law School Alumni Chapter Board.
Good evening. I'm proud to have nominated and to honor Keith Brown as UNLV Alumni of the Year for the William S. Boyd School of Law. Keith worked for Southwest Gas prior to law school and full-time during his 4 years attending law school, earning his law degree in 2005. Keith was the first part-time Boyd student to graduate first in the combined rankings of full-time and part-time students. After graduating, Keith has continued to work for Southwest Gas and is now an Associate General Counsel, licensed to practice law in Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. After law school, Keith was the founding editor of the law school's online newsletter and continued to work on the online newsletter until it was replaced by the law school's hard copy magazine this year. I'm proud to introduce and honor Keith as UNLV William S. Boyd School of Law Alumni of the Year for 2014. Keith.
Thank you very much, Ray. Good evening. There are two adages that are commonly heard. The first is that opportunity only knocks once. The second is that the third time is the charm. Fortunately for me, the latter reflects my path to law school and becoming a lawyer rather than the former. By the third time is a charm, it means the number of times that I had the opportunity to go to law school but passed on them. Even though I'd always wanted to be a lawyer, I passed up those opportunities. Once when I was graduating as an undergraduate from the University of Illinois, and a second time when I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, before I received a call from Southwest Gas with an offer that I could hardly afford to refuse. Now, my job kept me in contact with our attorneys, especially Southwest General Counsel at the time, Tom Sheets. Tom was a gentleman to whom I owe a great deal, not only for mentoring me at Southwest Gas, but also for advocating to establish a law school here in Las Vegas, even serving on the search committee that brought Dean Morgan to head the new law school. So that nagging thought was always in the back of my mind about becoming an attorney, and when the Boyd Law School was created and they opened up a night program, opportunity came knocking even louder until I finally got the courage to answer. And what a perfect opportunity. I could continue to work at day and become one of those denizens of the night, haunting the law school's halls in the late hours to earn my JD. I want to thank former Dean Morgan and Dean Christine Smith especially, plus I'm sorry, I skipped a bit. So although some may question my wisdom and personal integrity to become an attorney, I finally did enroll at William S. Boyd School of Law. It makes me proud to say that I am a Boyd graduate when I think about how much this school has accomplished in its relatively short existence. 3 federal judges drawn from its faculty, ranking in the top 100 law schools in the country, the Saltman Center, plus numerous national recognitions for its moot court, clinic, and writing skills programs. Boyd can now boast a state-of-the-art learning facility as well. Quite a leap from that modest beginning in the Paradise Elementary School across from the Thomas and Mack Center. I'll never forget my first night in law school. It was contracts with Professor Keith Raleigh. And just before the lecture began, one of the acoustic tiles fell down from the ceiling. We weren't sure if we had to open our case books or find hard hats. Now, had that happened in our tort law class the following evening with Professor Coriolis, my soon-to-be comrades who are personal injury attorneys would probably have a different perspective. Not only are these previous accolades a source of pride, but you can also see it in those high academic standards reflected and influencing the practice of law here in Nevada. There are now nearly 1,800 Boyd Law School graduates, with almost 1,500 staying and practicing here in Nevada. Those shared experiences and education through Boyd have created a common bond and culture that helps increase the civility and respect among attorneys that's far different from attorneys that are licensed here but attended law school out of state. That is but one of the many reasons it made sense to form a law school at UNLV, and while you were at it, you fortunately made it one of the very best. It's the reputation of those graduates as they become leaders in the legal community and the support from all the alumni, both in terms of gifts of money and of time, that keeps Boyd Law School strong and a source of pride. When I think of the previous recipients of this honor and their accomplishments, I feel less than deserving. I contribute just a small part to keeping the alumni base connected to the school and to each other, and frankly, I was a little bit more than surprised at being selected as Alumnus of the Year. But who am I to argue with a bunch of attorneys? So again, I also want to thank former Dean Morgan and Dean Christine Smith especially. They were so helpful and guiding me through law school, and it actually made my time there fun, if it wasn't at least tolerable. So you never felt like a number, but they always took the time to know every student by name. Well, at least they'd roll their eyes and say, not him again, when I'd show up. But they also took time to truly care for each of us and invest in our success. And I want to thank my fellow alumni and peers who have selected me for this honor, which all goes back to that adage about opportunity. I wouldn't be here tonight if I had not finally answered when opportunity came knocking for that third and charmed time. Thomas Edison said that opportunity is missed by most people because it shows up in overalls and it looks like work. Was going to law school easy? No. But if an old dog like me can learn a few new tricks, then anything is possible if you're willing to take the chance. If there's some secret ambition or desire that you've been harboring, then I encourage you to go out there and do it. Do something that seems daunting and maybe a little bit of fear or self-doubt has been holding you back. My advice is not to wait any longer. Loudly declare what you want to do, and the universe will begin to conspire to help you achieve it. So in the words of Ira Hayes, one of the Marines who participated in the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima, no one ever complained about a speech being too short. I just say thank you and good evening.